Today I'll be teaching you guys how to make a sweatshirt. So without wasting much of our time, we're definitely going to head to work immediately. You have to get your fabrics folded into two, but in this case, since the front and back is always the same thing, we're going to be folding it into four. Then I hope you already got your measurements intact, because without measurements, whatever you are doing, you're not even going to do anything without measurement. So once you fold it into two, then you get the round, the bust measurement. The bust measurement we're using is 44. Once we divide it into four, it's going to give us 11 plus half inch sewing allowance, which is 11.5. 11.5. This is what we call box frame. Trying to get your box frame. This is 11.5. So your folding is very, very okay. After this, the next thing to do is to get my length, the length measurement of my client. The length measurement we'll be using here is length 30. Then 30. Then we're going to be adding 1.5. Half inch is for joining of the back and the front, and why 1 inch is for the folding of the down part of it. So 30, we're making it 31 and a half. 31 and a half. Then we're going to be cutting it out, so that here is actually our front and our back in the same. The next thing to do is to get our neck measurement. Next standard neck measurement is 3 inches here, and the down part is 3.5 inches. This is a standard measurement, but it varies depending on how stretchy your fabric is. If it's too stretchy, you can still reduce it. If it's not that much stretchy, you can definitely use the standard measurement, which is 3 inches here and also 3.5. So the next thing to do now is to get the shoulder measurement. Shoulder measurement we're going to be using is 18 divided by 2 is going to give us 9 plus half inch sewing allowance. There we mark. You take it down by 1.5 inch. From that 1.5 inch, you divide the shoulder into 2, sorry, which is still 9. You mark 9. So bring down this here so that you make sure you're getting a straight line. Then you draw a straight line. Then join this one to the shoulder, neck, front, back. You can actually use a freehand sketch for this if you don't have an armhole curve. But if you have, I think it's good to use it. So here now, the round waist, the shoulder divided by 2 is going to be used for your armhole depth. Then you still divide it into 2, get the center, then take in 1 inch. Use your armhole curve to get your armhole curve too. So this is what we're going to be having. Of course, you know that this is both the front and the back. I know if we should cut it from here, it's definitely going to affect the back. So we're going to be cutting the back first. The depth of the back is 1.5. So we'll be cutting from here down. So this is what I'm going to be having. So you bring out the back and also bring out the front. This is actually the front. Then you still cut the neck. So this is what we have, the front and the back. So the next thing now to do is to cut the sleeve. So you still fold your sleeve into 4. You fold it into 4 is the standard, you know. If it's not folded into 4, you're not going to get the 2 sleeve, because you're getting the 2 sleeve at the same time. So our suit armhole depth is 9. So to get the depth here now, we're going to be adding half inch to it. So we're going to be having 9.5. Then the length of our sleeve is 10. But before then, we're going to bring in 1 inch for the folding allowance. 1 inch for the folding allowance, then 10 inch for the sleeve and half inch for the sewing allowance, which is going to make it 10 and a half. We extend it down. From here, you take in 4 inch. This is a standard. So you trace, use a freehand sketch to trace. This is what we're going to be having. The sleeve, the round sleeve of our measurement is 14 plus a half inch. Sorry, it's 15 plus half inch is going to make it 16. So this is what we're going to be having, and the next thing to do is to cut. So this is what we're going to be having. So I'm going to be cutting the neckband. because we're going to be using this for the neckband. The measurement we're going to be using is 2 total. You want to make it as long as you want it to be, because after sewing, and doing so, you now determine the length or how wide your neck is and cut off the excesses that be that goes. So this is for the neck. And at this junction, we are done with cutting. The next thing to do is to go to our weaving to join all of them.